Assalamu-alaikum guys, it's me Junaid here, and today I made another video where I'll be answering two of the most common questions I get in my inbox. So first question is, what is ESLI? And secondly, should a person go with ESLI or he should stick with alternatives such as Ielts and get a better score and then apply for a visa again? So starting right away, so what is ESLI? ESLI stands for English as a Second Language International. It's basically an organization in North America that helps students who cannot get good grades in, let's say, IELTS to still get admission on different schools here in Canada, and also it will also help them to learn the culture here in Canada. So once you meet your ESLI requirement, you don't have to go with IELTS score. You don't have to get an IELTS score to get admission. Once you pass your ESLI, you don't have to go with any of the proficiency tests. Your English requirement is met, and you can start your regular program right away. So how does ESLI work? So let's say you get admission in different school and it's your first year in Canada. You have to go through a placement test, and the score you get in that placement test decides which level of ESLI out of 5 you're gonna be in. So there are basically 5 ESLI levels, and let's say if you are every student, you might be in level 2 or 3 depending on your English level. So that's about basic introduction about ESLI. So moving to the curriculum, there are 4 modules in ESLI, and they are like speaking, reading, writing, and listening. If any one of you have done IELTS, it's similar to that. In let's say speaking, you have to do different kind of presentations and you have to show your speaking skills. In writing, you have to write research papers, analysis paper, and commentary essays. In reading, you have to read different kind of different kind of novels, essays. You have to analyze them, answer some of the questions. And in listening, you have to listen to different tapes, audios, and you have to explain your you have to listen to them, and then you have to write certain answers. As I said, it's similar to IELTS score. So now it's like 5 levels, as I say. It's like 5 levels, and in your first level, like once you start your ESLI program, you have to live with a homestay family. That means you cannot live on your own. You have to be with a certain Canadian family. But so why is it? So it actually has a good side to it. That means that Canadian family, they're gonna help you to learn Canadian culture and how you can integrate yourself into this environment, and how, let's say, transit works, like buses and stuff. How does this route work, and all this different kind of stuff. So that's why they made the requirement in most of the schools that you have to live in that Canadian homestay family. So it actually has a bad side to it, and I'll get to that later. So now moving forward to the second question, which is, should a person go with ESLI or he should stick with alternatives such as IELTS or TOEFL? So I'll leave this up to you guys to decide. I'll just give you some figures of fees and cost about ESLI. So yeah, as I said earlier, ESLI is of 5 levels, and your test score in placement test decides which level you're gonna be in. So let's say a person is in first level of ESLI. So that means, is in the first level of ESLI. So the fees and tuition fee for each level of ESLI is $8,000 on average for different schools, and that each level is let's say of 3 or 4 months, I guess. Each is like similar to like a regular semester term, right? So it's $8,000 for that one level. Plus, since you have to live with a homestay family in your first level, that means the homestay costs $4,000 on average. Excuse me. So in total, it's like $12,000 for each level that you have to spend in ESLI for each level. So if you multiply this 12,000 with 5 levels, because you have to do 5 levels you have to do 5 levels of ESLI. If you start from level 1, that will take you about like $50,000, $60,000. But since you can live on your own after first level, but still it's gonna be like close to $40,000 or $50,000, right? So that's the cost that you have to bear if you are not passing IELTS score, if you don't meet the IELTS requirement. So it's basically that simple. What I would suggest, to most of the students in Pakistan is this: you should stick to IELTS, get a better score. Because let's say for IELTS you have to pay like $300, $400, $300 to apply for IELTS. You get your good grade, and then you can apply here to get admission in different school. But if you don't go with that option, it's like $40,000 to $50,000 that you have to pay just to meet that English requirement that you could have met by just doing IELTS. And also, of course, like doing ESLI is a fun thing. You get to do a lot of different kind of fun activity. There are certain activities that you have to do. There will be dancing and all this kind of stuff, right? Of course, it's a good side to it. You learn all this different you do all these extracurricular activities. But just don't. But still consider the cost associated with doing all those activities. So of course, what I would suggest for most of the students who are listening to this, who are watching this video, is try to get good score in IELTS. And once you get a good score, that once you met your school requirement, then apply for your admission, and then get admission, and then you can come here, and then you can start your studies right away. And also, one of the most important point I want to mention here is this: that once you are doing ESLI, you cannot even work. You are not allowed to work here in Canada legally. You are not allowed to work. But once you are studying, of course, you can do. You can work part-time 20 hours a week, right? So of course, that's all up to you guys to decide. So that's all about ESLI and stuff. So I hope you guys would have liked this video. If you like, please like post, leave any comment. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me, message me. You guys have my WhatsApp number if not, and you guys can also contact me on Facebook and stuff. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.